Welcome back to CBS News Detroit. Breast cancer awareness is front and center during the month of October. It serves as a reminder that the unexpected can happen to any of us at any given time. And that's why it's important to have a plan in place and documents ready. Attorney Danielle Mayoras joins us today to talk about the steps you should take. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Danielle.
having me. I appreciate it.
So why is it so important during a time when someone has breast cancer or any serious illness for that matter to have an estate plan ready?
Well, I think a lot of people, we all know it's a difficult time when you have a cancer diagnosis, but if you don't have the proper documents in place, then your loved ones may not be able to give you the help that you need. Talking to doctors for you, accessing medical records, paying bills, and really allowing you to focus on your treatment.
And what are the ramifications if someone doesn't have a plan in place? What can happen?
Well, if they don't have, for instance, a medical power of attorney and their loved ones need to make medical decisions for them, then they have to go through the probate court and get a guardianship over them. And no one wants to have to go through that process.
And you have an estate plan, let's say you've done it, but who should have access to these papers besides your family members?
Well, whoever you designate in the document should have access, whether that's the individual you appoint as your power of attorney. In fact, what I really like to do with clients is not only give a hard copy, but make a digital version and say that the digital is the same as an original. So when you're going through treatment, your loved ones don't always have to make copies or look for a hard copy original. They can actually have a PDF of it and communicate with doctors, banks, financial institutions, whatever they need.
Yeah, bringing it towards the modern time, not
Yes,
always relying on paper.
Making things as easy as possible is really critical, especially when you're dealing with health issues.
Of course. And once you have it, how important is it to review it? How often should it be reviewed?
Well, I usually say every 2 to 3 years because our laws change, your family circumstances change. And so really every 2 to 3 years you want to sit down with your attorney and your financial advisors as well.
And is there, a certain age people should start thinking about this just in general?
I hate to say this, but it's 18. Because once you turn 18, if you don't have some of these documents in place, then you end up going through the probate court if there's, whether it's a breast cancer diagnosis, a car accident, you name it. So it's really critical that everyone over the age of 18 at least has a medical and financial durable power of attorney.
And how much does this cost for someone who's never done this before? What are the rates? I understand that there's probably a range, but how much does it cost to plan an estate?
It really depends on what you're having done. If you just want to get power of attorneys done, if you want to get a trust done. So it can be a range anywhere from $750 to thousands of dollars, really depending on the planning. But I will say that the cost of doing the planning with a good attorney is going to be a lot less money than going through the court system and having your family deal with the stress and aggravation of not having it done.
And say, for instance, you're an adult, and your parent hasn't gone through this process yet, and you're understanding that it's important, especially if they have a medical diagnosis. How do you recommend someone start having that conversation?
Well, actually, we wrote a book about that.
Well, there you go.
Yes. So one of the things that we found very challenging in our practice was getting families to actually have these conversations. So my husband and co-author, my partner and I, actually wrote a book called Trial and Error's Famous Fortune Fights, which uses celebrity stories to try and ease those families into talking about things, because no one really wants to talk about health issues and death and dying. And so the book basically gives you not only talking points, but little celebrity stories to kind of ease into the conversation and make it more interesting and easier.
And more familiar, I guess, putting, a face who you might admire and love to the issue.
Exactly.
Now, you're offering a special discount this month. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we are very passionate about helping people with estate planning, but especially during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So what we're doing is offering everyone who has a cancer diagnosis, whether it's breast cancer or something else, or is a cancer survivor, a 25% discount on all of our fees, because we really want people to get this done. It is so important. And while all those health issues are difficult, if you don't have the proper legal documents in place, it becomes so much more challenging for you and your family.
Sure. And if someone wants to reach you, how can they do that?
They can actually reach us through our website at brmmlaw.com, or our phone number is 248-641-7070.